So a lot of times folks will ask if an air gun suppressor changes, much for velocity, point of impact, and those kind of things, as well as the sound itself. And I would just say anytime you attach something to your gun, you're changing something. You're probably changing the harmonics on a lot of guns, especially real guns. These are technically not classified as a firearm, which is why you can use these and not have issues. So yeah, it's going to change some things. I'm going to chronograph it sometime and find out if there's a velocity difference between the two. That would be interesting. If anything, my guess would be it would add a couple feet per second, not much, but consistently a couple feet would be my guess. Kind of depends how well you drill it out if you modify yours too. On top of that, there's a little extra weight on there. The balance, could just change a little bit. Vibration changes, all those kind of things. But what I would like to do is I have this 397 pumped up to 10 pumps. So there's a nice little crack with it, and it would definitely get attention with the amount of pressure that's built into it now. I'll take a shot with that, and I'll compare it against one wearing this. And I'm going to take my microphone off and put it right down there at the muzzle on a little holder so it can be just right at the muzzle, and we'll see what the difference is. Might help you at home, because if I just try to use the microphone on my camera itself, it's not going to do justice. I'm going to try to get a little closer with this lapel. I'll just say it is so much nicer having a metal insert into that little moderator, because having the polymer ones, I just don't prefer it over time unless they're really strong, pronounced. But having half by 20 with a metal insert just makes a lot of sense. This is a very good design, and this is his most recent one. I have some of his older ones too, which have not failed me. In fact, they've done really well, and they're very quiet. I'll show those in another video, but this is his newest design, and I think this is probably the best. All right, got to back up a little bit here to get the suppressor at the same distance as the end of the barrel was, so about 4 inches right there. All right, so that was really quiet. It's so hard to do justice, guys, over cameras without proper microphones and microphones at distance and all that. I don't have that equipment right now, but I'll just tell you that there's a significant difference, even at 10 pumps, which, there's a nice crack up there. But I would say the optimum level for me is right around 6 pumps most of the time if I'm shooting within 50 yards. And it's even more striking with less pumps. Almost nothing comes out for sound. Pretty cool. In fact, I'll try that one time. All right, one more time at 6 pumps. All right, and no can. So I just want to point out that this is a really easy system to use. I think it's well thought through. The metal insert makes all the difference, I believe. Just for consistency, and having metal on metal always feels better than polymer on metal. But it is really cool. This is a 7-core, I believe. I think it's a 7-core baffle design. And like I said in the previous part, you may have to modify it depending on what you're shooting or how your muzzle device is set up. If this isn't concentric to the bore, whatever converter you're using, you're going to need to just go ahead and run a cleaning rod down or something and see where it's touching. On mine, it happened to be touching on the top a little bit because this converter I had from another generic company, actually, that wasn't totally concentric. It seems that the baffle structure is good to go. Looked good. I drilled it out just a hair bigger, and that has a nominal or minimal effect on the actual report. It doesn't make it much louder at all. It's almost hard to tell, actually. I had to go back in the footage to see if it even made much of a sound difference drilling it out, because it sounded kind of the same to me. But yeah, with accuracy issues or anything like that, you're going to want to just pay attention to that. It will change your point of impact a small bit on some rifles, not all rifles, but on some rifles. And if it does, you may consider drilling it out just a little bit bigger, or just save your data and just shoot your gun with the can on it all the time. This one is going to live on this gun. I'm not taking this off. I don't have to. It's a much more solid design than the other one I had. In fact, I'm going to grab that quick. So the competitor, is just kind of a funky design. It had a few too many parts in there. The baffle structure was a little goofy, and it's just so much longer. If I can show you, just makes the gun really long. overall. This one works better. It suppresses sound better. That's the purpose and the function. And then being able to adjust it and modify it, actually run a drill down there and just make everything concentric, and making sure that the sound report is still suppressed properly or moderated properly. That's the point of it for me, guys. I like this one quite a bit. Competitor one is a good try, but this is an appropriate suppressor. Plus, it's got that honeycomb design. I think that's really cool. It's something he's doing. Just aesthetically, it looks better than the other one, and it makes shooting this whole gun more enjoyable. And that's the purpose. You want to get out and shoot more, and for lots of people, you just don't want to disturb your neighbors, or you want to go hunting and not disturb the critters around and don't let them know where you are. This is an excellent option. Go ahead and check these out. The price, you cannot beat it. I'm almost 100% sure there's nothing on the market that has this quality and this price point. It is probably the best that there is. All right, well, I'm finishing off my night, and I've always wanted to shoot this gun beyond 150 yards, so I'm just taking it incrementally and recording some data. And so right now I have the Crosman 10.3 or 10.9 grain copper plated pellets. These tend to fly pretty well in the air. I kind of wish that they had a hollow point, but the dome itself does okay. So with 10 pumps, and I've never done this with a 10 pump to go beyond 150 yards, I don't think, repeatedly. I'd like to do something like 3 hits in a row on a pizza pan size target, just for fun, just to show that it can be done. And it's just really fun with this moderator on the end. Unfortunately, there's a lot of highway traffic behind me right now. I don't think you can hear this if it's a hit. But I'm just gonna throw one out there. And man, if it's a hit and you can hear it, that'll be great. I would love to get it on camera a few more times. I've only made it a few times in the last 10 shots. It's really switching on the wind right now. If I could show you the flag, it's kind of back and forth, and with a little 10 grain pellet, that's pretty bad. But if I come back on a windless night when there's 1 or 0 mile-an-hour winds, I think I can make repeat hits at 160 yards. So I'll go ahead and throw this one down there, and we'll see if we can get it. Just in case you're curious with my data, it's consistently, let's see, so 24 mils in the turret, that's what I dialed, and then I'm holding over around 12 or 12 and a half, somewhere in there. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Well, hopefully in the future I can show you a lot more of just like extreme distance shooting, on a pizza pan or pop cans, things like that. This really quiets down that report. I don't know how to make a video that can show you that better. I think I'll think about it a little bit more, just so I can do some comparative analysis between different moderators and just show you why I like this one so much. But man, do I like it. The rifle is now zeroed to this device, and it's just going to stay on there. It looks better, functions better, and overall, I think my target size, my group size, is a little better than the other one. The other one just had too many maybe deflections or something like that, some sort of baffle strike. I'm not exactly sure what it was on the other one, but this one so far is excellent. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Maybe go comment down in the comment section if you have a question, but definitely head over to let's see, right here. Head over to Buck Rail. Okay, this is a good place to go.